is live and it's actually set up a bit better this time. Okay, today I am gonna be building the Batwing. I got it with double VIP points a little while ago. I was waiting for it to come back in stock at my closest Lego store, and it did, and I got it for double VIP points. So I thought I'd do my first live stream and just build this thing. So I need to open it first. Here it is. And let me get into this now. Okay. I like the box art of this. Base plates and stuff in there. Okay, this is way later. That is bag 6. That's a tiny bag. Bag 8. I'm gonna have all the higher bags first, probably. Okay, I want to keep these safe. The windscreen pieces. 13 is the highest bag so far. I should really organize these. 11. There's a lot of black and yellow and grays. Oh, there's one. Well, there's the instructions there. Ooh. Bent a little bit, but it's only in the corner, so it's alright. 5. I'm just gonna pour this out because it seems easier to do it that way. And then organize them after that. Okay. So, there's the box again. Okay, so bag 1. Those are the base plates and the windscreen pieces, the instructions. 9. Okay, I think I'm just going to organize these and go from there. Oh, here's some more parts in non-numbered bags. Oh, there's one of the minifigures there in bag 7. Another 7. 2 lower number bags. I think I'm gonna build the first 2 or 3 bags today. Pretty much stream for about an hour and then go from there. 2 and 3. 4. There's the first few bags, and then we've got the other ones here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Got a couple. Oh, 13. There are the Joker minifigures in that bag. 13. 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, okay, so it looks like 13 is the last bag. 13 bags here. And that's that. Okay. So, one, got a bunch of technical stuff in here, so I'm assuming that the base is being built here, or just the inside construction of it. Probably won't need these for a while. I'm just going to set these away and get into this instruction manual. Not too many stickers in this set. They seem like some cool detailed ones, and then the sticker there for the plate or the display plaque. Oh, so it looks like the Batman minifigures in the first one, which makes sense. Okay, so 13 is the stand, so I'm guessing this is just going to be the interior construction, and then I'm going to build out from that. This set's been out for a few years, so I haven't... I've probably watched a review of it when it came out, but I really don't remember all that much about it. I know that it has 3 figures and that, but other than that, I don't really remember it that much. Okay, I'm just getting this stream on my computer there, just so I can see things better and don't have to click on my phone and possibly knock that over like I did a couple times trying to get this set up. I have a bunch of Funko Pops on right beside me. Some Parks and Recreation figures, the Guardians Holiday Special figures, which all my reviews are out now. And then a couple New York Comic Con figures. Okay, so the Batwing, all its features, the actual Batwing in the film there. Designer things. And then the 1989 Batmobile there, which looks cool. Okay. Time to start building this thing. Got some green tea here. Need to drink that soon. It's getting a bit cold. It's interesting watching myself on the, and see it there, and then I look there, and then it's behind, and it's interesting. So, bag 1. That's a lot of black Technic pieces. And a lot of this specific piece right here, which, of course, is the reason we need those Technic pieces, because of how many Technicals they have on each side of them. Okay. That bag was pretty big, but it was all pretty much the same piece. Here's all the Technic things. I'm going to keep those together. They don't go all over the place. And then pretty much different colors of that one. I guess 2020 or 2019 when the set came out, the teal brick separator wasn't all that common, because this is the type of set I would have assumed this come in. The torso print there, it's I guess an exclusive one, or exclusive to the 2 sets that this version of Batman comes in, which I think is a really nice one. I'm excited to see that cowl piece, because I don't have the 1989 Batmobile, just missed out on that one with other sets coming out. So it's a bit hard. I have the Doctor Strange cape right here. Yeah, it feels just like that, but it's a really cool piece. Now, because of the rubber, I do worry, I don't know how it will fit on the minifigure head. Just, I don't know, I find rubber pieces don't necessarily fit the best. there is a lot of blue Technic bits and some batarangs in there. Cool. Okay, all the pieces are out, and I'm gonna start building this. Okay, so the Batman minifigure is first. No leg printing on this, but I don't know. I feel like Batman suits, especially like this one, don't necessarily need it. And then just the pretty average Batman face print there. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a bit. I feel like the cape is too long. That actually no, you can do it because of the rubber. But it's a cool looking figure. Yeah, it's a nice looking minifigure. Well, great. I've already dropped a piece. I wonder if that will appear in that one Flash set that's rumored that I believe was supposed to be a minifigure scale version of the Batmobile. And if that does end up coming out, I'm excited to see what that minifigure looks like, as well as the Flash minifigure. And just that set altogether is a set that I'm really excited for. I feel like yep. If I actually, there it is. Okay, so first here is the Batman minifigure. Here it is, that really did not help at all, trying to get out of it. Okay, this bag I think will be a really quick one. It's pretty much just putting Technic pieces together to create the structure for this Batwing. I'm really excited to display this set on a wall. I've sort of, I want to improve my shelves and get a few new ones, so I'm sort of just trying to free up the space that I have for my Lego area, or the main area that I have sets, and I want to display this by one of them. But I want to get a couple new shelves. But the biggest thing, I think, standing in my way from doing that is I was huge into collecting wrestling figures, so I have a lot, and I just want to sell them and get rid of them, but I just haven't really had time to do it, and I kind of just want to do it in one thing, not have to do multiple separate things, but that's probably what I'm going to have to do. So I kind of just want to move those out of there. Of course, get some money for them so that, well, I could buy some more Lego sets. And that's my biggest issue right now. And then, I guess, just space for Lego sets. Probably the biggest issue with everybody collecting Lego sets is space, but a few new shelves could for sure help that. I have a bunch of sets, especially my Speed Champions. I have 3 or 4 that I kind of need to take apart because I want to keep the parts intact, but I don't have a space to put them because I sort of have one specific shelf that I've sort of shown in a few videos for my Speed Champions. And yeah, there was one thing I was looking at. It was a Wicked Brick case for Speed Champions, and I think it held like 24 or something like that. And I thought that was really cool, and I think it might be also able to be wall mounted, and I just think that would be a really cool display for Speed Champions, and 24 of them is quite a bit, especially with next year's lineup coming out. I've pretty much the last few years got every set because I just think Speed Champions is great. I think for the price of 25 previously, now 30, I still think they're some of the best Lego sets you can get. Right now, I just think the building techniques in them are really good, and I quite enjoy them. even if some of the cars don't necessarily appeal to me as much, which I would say next year is shaping up pretty good. It's not the best that I've seen, but I'm excited for the Skyline and a few other sets, especially ones that got rumored this past week. I believe it pretty much finished the lineup. That is the Technic parts, and there's still more to add on it, so I guess this is pretty much the oh yeah, we're putting these, where I'm putting these Technic pieces now. It's for sure just going to I'm guessing coming out, and that's for the wings. That's what I would assume would be the case. Okay. That's one side, and then I have 6 more to put on this side. Looking at bag 2 here, where I put it, it's pretty, it seems like this is the majority of the actual Technic parts are this section of it, and then of course the stand, which I believe has the Joker minifigure, and then the other minifigure is a bit later on. I think I saw bag 7, so almost in the middle of the set. Then I've got oh, those I think are here. So looking for parts, and I think, yeah, I'm just gonna put all of these parts that are in this to the side, because I wasn't paying attention when I opened the instructions that I was gonna need some of these parts. I'm surprised this is almost gone for 20 minutes. Yeah, these look to be what I am needing, and then I think there's a few more in here with also some base plates, which I don't know when. Oh, this one would be the display plaque, and there's a few more in here, which I'm guessing are for the stand. And then a bunch more of these, which I think are the same size, yeah, as the others. So I guess that piece will be used a lot. I'm using 8 of them currently. Okay. I don't know if I'm actually using the correct piece on it. It totally looks like the right piece. But if it fills it out properly, which it looks like it will be, that's good. Okay. And then, oh, I said 8, but I'm doing 4 here, and I'm assuming it'll be 4 on the other side. Okay, we're just building out from there. Yeah. It looks like I am building the wing construction after the insides of the wing here. And then a couple pieces there, which are for sure necessary because the other Technic bits weren't really enough. I've only ever actually built one Technic set. It was the I forget exactly, but it was a fun build. The one thing that was sort of, I don't know if it was frustrating or just, it was different, was not having numbered bags. So I have a lot of these little tables, and I have one on the side of my desk that I have over crowded it with random Lego sets that I need to move somewhere, and hopefully I can if I was to get those new shelves. But I set up 4 of them, I believe, and I just had them all around my desk with parts poured out because it was the set had quite a few pieces. It probably had over 1,000 pieces, and it was interesting to put that together, trying to search for the pieces. So it was for sure a longer build than I'm used to, I would say. My longest builds, of course, ones like this, where you have 2,363 pieces, the bugle, which I split into multiple days, which I'm going to do with this one as well. I just like to split these up into multiple days. I don't know, I don't think I'd really enjoy it as much if I was to just build the whole thing in a day. I probably could, but it just wouldn't be as enjoyable of an experience to do that, I think. So I like building these larger sets in multiple days, which I think I'll have a few more soon. There's a few large sets that I want to get before they retire, like the modular police station is for sure one of them, Ninjago City Gardens. None of the larger UCS Star Wars sets really are things I want to get. I kind of want to get the Falcon before it retires, but I'll see about that. It'll probably, I would say, a few years. There doesn't really seem to be any need or desire to retire that set, so I don't see why, just like I wouldn't retire something like the X-Wing or the TIE Fighter that are currently out. Those $50 or $60 TIE Fighter and X-Wings, where they're a bit cheaper and they're still good builds, and I think they're just ships that are just keep on shelves, especially if the building techniques still are generally up to date with what you have currently, and I don't really see building techniques really changing soon, because it feels like it's pretty good right now. And of course new techniques always sort of arise, but it takes a little while for them to be integrated into Lego sets. So yeah, I don't know if those are retiring this year, but if not, there's going to be multiple TIE Fighter classes going on the same time with the TIE Bomber coming out in January, I believe. So the January stuff should be the 501st Battle Pack and the 501st Battle Pack and the TIE Bomber, and then the Slave One Microfighter, I believe, and those brickheads that were that have been rumored the last couple weeks or so, the Tusken Raider, and then that Return of the Jedi 2-pack. I think those might be released in January. I'm not 100% sure. And then the display sets. So Rex's helmet, Cody's helmet. Rex, I believe, is Phase 2. Cody, Phase 1. And then there's a few other display sets coming out. I believe there's an Endor one. Jabba's Palace was rumored, I believe, or it sort of really came out after all the initial rumors, so I don't know if that one's coming out. I know there's an unknown set that I think is sort of a store exclusive, like the Republic fighter tank, which I just got a couple more of. So I love those clones, I really do. They're my favorite Lego clone Lego has ever made. Purple's my favorite color. and they're so obscure. I just think it's kind of cool that they actually made those. But even though I like them, I don't necessarily think they were the best choice for Lego clones, which I'm going to talk about in a video that I'll be recording in a couple days, where I just want to talk about battle packs that I think should be made, and talking about that right now. Of course, the Republic Fighter Tank isn't a battle pack, but it's a relatively cheaper Lego set where you can sort of mass somewhat of an army with them. The 501st Battle Pack being the more ideal choice, where you can, or any battle pack where they're now, what, 25, and you can, that's Canadian, 25, and you can get multiple of them. I'd say relatively simply or easily. The Snow Trooper Battle Pack, I think, has been pretty easy to get, but that 501st Battle Pack, I sort of expect it to be a tough one to get. It'll be easy to get the first day. Just go online. If you really want one, go online when they come out, and you can get them really easily. Might be sold out in the morning, but it's going to be easy to get for the first day. But I would say for after that, for the probably 6 months or so, sort of like the 501st Clone Troopers, I would assume, where it's easy to get now, or not really with it being sold out, but I have no clue what I was going on about. Just some nonsense, I guess. But just that set being the new one. I have no clue what I was talking about now. I'm surprised this bag has taken as long as it has. Just putting Technic pins into Technic holes. Ow. My fingers are starting to hurt a little bit. I haven't had a really Technic building experience for a little bit. Oh wow, I had one new viewer. How's that? Lost it. Kind of like this live stream style, just building and talking, even if I'm talking to absolutely no one. Just talking about Lego. I enjoy Lego. But more about Star Wars for next year. I think it's really good. The Mandalorian. 2 new sets got rumored over the weekend. The Pirate Snub Fighter, which I believe was in the trailer. When I hear pirate and I hear Star Wars in the same sentence, I always think of Hondo, so I'd love to see him. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I actually have a Black Series of them up on that shelf over there, which I also have my helmets right there, which I'm missing a couple. I don't have the Mandalorian or the Dark Trooper, which I believe the sale might have ended, but I know they were on sale on Lego's website. I don't know if those are retiring this year. I don't see why they would. I think the helmets this year have sold well. I'm not 100% sure on that. And I'm not 100% sure on the display quote sets either, which we'll be getting more next year. I don't know if those have sold well or not. If I completely mess this up, I don't think so, but let me see. Okay. I think I'm missing one of these here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 being attached there, which is there. Yeah. Okay. Not a huge issue, just need to add some parts. Even though this is not Lego, I kind of wanted to just express my excitement for the Yankees losing. I am a Blue Jays fan. Um, so, anyone in the AL East I don't really like, even though actually, it's really only Baltimore and the Yankees that I don't like from the East. But um, I feel like I was more excited for the Yankees losing in New York to the Astros than I actually was of the Blue Jays winning in the playoffs. Like, of course, I was disappointed, especially with how they lost. I would have been fine with a 2-game series loss, and just losing with not really contending games, just losing all the not playing good baseball and just losing, not scoring any runs. I would have been fine with that. It would have sucked because I know this offense should have been able to do it. But losing the way they did hurt, I think, more than it would have been if they had just lost without really any contest at all. But it sucked to see that happen. I went out for dinner and I was watching the game. They were winning and it was cool. I was like, okay, so next game they have this guy pitching, and or are they like, it was sort of a who's gonna actually pitch, and I was trying to come up with that, and then I get back home, and they blow the game, and that sucked. Watching it, last season they missed the playoffs by a game, and this season they get swept in the playoffs. And not just that, they blow that lead, which was a huge lead. They should have won it. It was bad baseball. And yeah, that's that. I don't know what's going to be going on in the off season, whether or not they're going to sign some of their younger guys. I think if I was to sign Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I'd go with Bo Bichette. Or not, no. Other way around, I'd go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over Bo Bichette. But I'd also like to sign Alek Manoah because I really like him, and he's probably my favorite pitcher I've ever seen, and I just really like the guy, and I'm hoping they get him for a while. I kind of wish they were able to do those Atlanta Braves contracts where they sign ridiculously good players for so much less money than they probably should make in the league. Of course, like, how much they're making is nuts, but that's sort of how it is, and I'm sure Albies or Ronald Acuna Jr. would be making a lot more, but at the same time, they could just completely fall off the map and not play good baseball ever again, so might as well get quite a bit of money. But I don't know, I kind of wish the Blue Jays were able to pull off some of those contracts with some of their young players. Okay, this is a really, I don't remember how this, I don't know why I tried to stick in Technic pins when I already had them there. This 35 minutes. I don't have too much in this bag, so pretty much I'd say 30 minutes, probably 25, 30, this bag. Okay, there's a base. Strong base, too. Which I wouldn't, oh, I still have this tea. It's gonna be disgustingly cold. Yeah, not really good. I don't like drinking my tea right away because, well, I always end up burning myself, burning my tongue, or just doing that. I had some hot chocolate yesterday, and I do that, and I always have that issue with hot chocolate, because it smells good, and I want to drink it right away, and then I burn myself, so. I like to wait a bit for tea, but sometimes I wait too long, like this time, or I'm just doing something else, which I'm doing now, building this. Don't really know why I built set. So why I'm building this, I'm currently on reading week, is why I am streaming on a weekday. Reading week, so I have a bunch of things to do. Different reviews, and I have midterms coming up for a lot of things, so doing reviews for things like today. I'm going to be reviewing for my architectural history course. I have a midterm on that in a little while. And I'm also going to be building a model for my building materials, because that's what we're doing. We are building a model, and I have the second floor to build. And I'm going to start with the floor joists today, and then got all of the studs and the trimmer stud, all that for windows and doors. So that doing the first floor took a while, but I'm going to split it up through the day, do the floor joists today, and then the other stuff a bit later. I have put these, oh yeah, they're supposed to go down here. I don't know how. I don't know how I go from building Lego for pretty much all my life, and then I just completely misplace Technic pins. Kind of want to talk about Lego Star Wars right now. I want to talk about other themes. This one I'm going to do. About 20 minutes left in this stream. Nobody's watching, but I'm just going to talk about, in case someone, for some reason, decides to watch this 1 hour stream later, on what did this guy talk about. I'm going to be talking about Lego, because this is the Lego channel. I'm saying nonsense. Just nonsense. Okay, so, Lego Star Wars. Summer 2023. What I would like to see. Now, I might make a video, full video on this later. Of course, I want the January sets to come out before I even talk about the summer sets. But, okay, so I'm doing another wing section here. Lego Star Wars, summer 2022. For Disney Plus, Andor will of course be finished, which, just talking about Andor right now, I'm going to probably talk about it on one of these later streams, probably Thursday, the day after episode 8, I believe, comes out, which is absolutely, I love Andor right now. Parts of it is some of my favorite Star Wars ever. I think it's just amazing. I loved seeing the Shore Troopers last episode as well. I look at Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi from this year, and there were certain episodes, like when the Mandalorian showed up and killed all those guys. It was great. But none of it has compared this year for me for how much I'm enjoying Andor. The enjoyment I've got from Andor has just made me enjoy Star Wars right now so much more. I feel like I'm into Star Wars currently more than I've been pretty much ever. So that's Andor. So that's out by summer 2022. Tales of the Jedi. The 6 episodes coming out this Wednesday, which I'm really excited for. See Qui-Gon and Dooku and Ahsoka, Rex, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, all those characters I'm really excited to see. Tales of the Jedi will be out by then. Bad Batch Season 2, coming out January 4th, I believe, will be out and finished. And Ahsoka should be out and finished. Oh, no, before Ahsoka, of course, is The Mandalorian, which will have sets coming out around the time I'd assume the show is coming out. Actually, I think it's coming out in February, so those will be out either just after the series has ended or currently. I don't know 100% how many episodes season 3 is going to be. But yeah, so Andor, Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, and Andor will all be out. And Ahsoka, I don't know if it's going to be coming out when the summer wave's coming out, but we'll see. So we're going to get sets for Ahsoka. That's a given. Especially, like, it's Ahsoka. It's... They're going to make sets for Ahsoka, especially with Rebels characters being in there. I think people really... I'm hopeful of what we'll see. I'm really excited for Ahsoka. So, that might be out, but Andor, Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, and The Mandalorian should all be out by the time the summer wave comes out. So, this year, one thing I thought that was really good was the lineup was very diverse in what you had. You had sets from the original trilogy, you had prequels, you had The Mandalorian, Bad Batch. You had a ton of stuff in there, and I thought that was really well done, and I think I want that every single year, and I think with the shows coming out, it does provide a good amount of diversity in the lineup. Of course, you have Andor, which set around the original trilogy, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, near prequels and going into the Empire, and of course The Mandalorian after the Empire. So I think that those shows provide a lot of good options for sets, and I really hope we get sets from that. I don't think they're going to revisit Andor as much as I love the show. I'm happy we got the set we did. I would say I'd love to see Luthen's ship. I really like Luthen. I'd love to see Mon Mothma. But I'm happy we got Cassian Andor, Luthen, and then I quite like the character, and I'm completely blanking on his name. But I think that set was good for Andor, and I'm liking it a lot more, and I'm for sure going to get it. I was sort of on the fence on whether or not I was ever eventually going to buy the set. But I think after seeing Andor, it's one of my favorite Star Wars projects ever, so I for sure want to get that set at some point. So I don't know if they're going to revisit Andor. Tales of the Jedi, I think, provides a great... it's just... It's obvious to LEGO and anyone around LEGO, for especially LEGO Star Wars, that you put, like, prequel sets, especially sets with clones in them, you make those sets, they're going to sell well. It's just how it is. And of course, that doesn't mean every wave should be all clone sets. But I think Tales of the Jedi is really good to get some cool characters, but I think Bad Batch is where I prefer to get some of those prequel characters, like seeing Cody in the Season 2 trailer, but I'll talk about Bad Batch in a second. Tales of the Jedi, I'd love to see younger Dooku, younger Qui-Gon. A lot of these characters I'd love to see in LEGO sets. I don't know how likely it is, but I would really, really love to see sets based off this show, because I'm really excited for it, and I think, That's the issue. Okay. That fixes it. That's good. Okay. Bag 1 is complete. Okay, it's pretty much time to stuff off. Oh, and I'm gonna actually use those base parts. I'm just gonna place this to the side for now. So, I'm gonna build one more bag here. I don't know if Tales of the Jedi will get sets. I'm hoping it does. Maybe in the Summer Wave. Of course, they're probably finished designing or wrapping up those Summer Wave sets now. So, you know, the trailer's out. It's about to release. Given that all the reviewers and those have got those episodes to see early, I'm sure Lego has had them. And I think making 1 or 2 sets from Tales of the Jedi would be really nice to get some cool minifigures. And of course, it's a prequel thing. I would say it's going to sell really well. The Mandalorian, of course, we're getting 2 sets. The Snub Fighter and then that 2-pack, the TIE Interceptor and Fang Fighter. I think it's really good that we're getting 2 sets for Season 3, of course, with the popularity of the series. But I would expect to get some more spoilery sets later on, whether that's in the Summer Wave or even next Summer Wave. I would expect more Mandalorian Season 3 sets at some point. And Bad Batch Season 2. I want sets for this show so much. Of course, the Bad Batch has new outfits. Want those. Rex. I'd love to see his minifigure. I'm really hoping we get Clone Wars Phase 2 Rex in the Summer Wave this year, especially with the helmet coming out. I'd love to get a Rex minifigure. Cody is in Bad Batch Season 2, so seeing him would be really cool. In a set, it seems like he doesn't have his orange markings, just sort of whited out with a bit of gray for his armor. I'd love to see Cody in a set. And Clone Commandos, so I think a ship, the attack cruiser, I don't know, no. One that, like the shuttle you see the Clone Commandos with. I'd love that to be the battle pack or a minifigure pack, or some sort of set, maybe even like the Republic fighter tank, or the 501st battle pack, not the one coming out, the previous one that just sold out. Getting 3 plain Clone Commandos, and then sort of the bigger one there. It also seemed like there was Phase 2 Plank clones, so I'd love to see that as battle pack now. I don't necessarily think getting 2 clone battle packs back-to-back is necessarily realistic, but yeah. Bad Batch Season 2, I want sets for it. I really do. I enjoyed the first season. I just watched the first episode of the first season, rewatched it yesterday, and it was fun. I enjoyed watching. I'm really excited to see Season 2. I enjoy the characters of the Bad Batch, and I really hope we get Lego sets, especially... Oh, one character I completely forgot about, Gunji. I love Gunji in the Clone Wars. I just think he's so cool. This thing is huge, and it's going to be even bigger and thicker. This is like... Wow. It's going to take up a lot of wall space. I knew this thing was going to be big. It's 2,003-inch pieces, but I didn't know. I don't know. One thing I'm talking about the size of sets. I was at the Lego store recently because I checked the store stock, and a store, not my normal store, but one near me, had the Republic fighter tanks in stock, or at least the online store said they did. So I wanted to go to the store naturally because, well, I really like this set and I wanted to get more of them. So I got 2 of them. And I called them up before just to see if they could hold them. And they said they didn't have them in stock, but the online store said that, what is this piece? I don't remember ever using this. Maybe they got it wrong. They didn't know that they were talking about, stuff like that. So it said it wasn't in stock. So I kind of wanted to go. It wasn't like I was losing anything from going there. It was sort of free. I finished my work that for the weekend on the Friday, since I'm off Fridays, so I didn't really have anything that I needed to get completed that day, so I could do really what I wanted, which I haven't had for the last few weekends. So I went there and they had them. I had 2 of them, just picked them up and walked it right up to the cash, sort of expecting them to say you can't buy 2 of them, or multiples of them. I'm excited for the 501st Battle Pack release to see how many they let me buy. It's not like I'm going to buy the whole store, but I want to get, at $25, I believe they're staying at, $100. There's 4 of them. I think 5 sounds a bit better. 20 clones. I kind of like that. So $125, I think, is what I'm going to spend on the initial release of those battle packs. Yeah. That's my Lego buying for this weekend, which was more nonsense that I keep Ahsoka, talking about sets for that. I think we're gonna get sets for that. It's Ahsoka Tano. I think they really like to make sets for Ahsoka, or have Ahsoka in sets. We're totally gonna get sets for that, which I'm excited for because the Rebels character showing up excites me so much. I want to see Thrawn in a set. I want to see Sabine in a set. I want to see Hera in a set. I want to see Ezra in a set. If Rex shows up, live action Rex, ooh, just the idea of it. I was thinking of it this weekend. I'm so excited for the potential of that. Getting the Ghost, possibly, again, and I'm so excited for the potential of Lego sets and the potential of the Ahsoka show. It's just, I'm so excited for what we could get there. And I'm excited to see Thrawn again. I'm really excited for that show. I think it's one of the shows I'm most excited for. Surprisingly, even though I love the 1st and 2nd season, I'm not all that excited for The Mandalorian. Like, I'm excited. It's The Mandalorian. I guess right now I'm just really into an Andor phase where I'm absolutely loving the series, and I don't really want to think about any other Star Wars, but I can't help but think of Ahsoka just because of the potential of characters that could appear in the show. Which that show feels more of a show where you see characters like that. Andor is it, and there's something about that I like. Not every show needs to be like Kenobi, where you've got Qui-Gon Jinn showing up at the end, a clone just there, which was really cool, but, unless it fits the story, I feel like this show doesn't have those type of cameos, which you don't need. And I like that. I feel like this show proves that. I'm sort of disappointed that this show, I believe, has the lowest viewership of other Star Wars Disney Plus shows, which is disappointing because even though I think they're totally going through with the season 2, I think this is some of the best Star Wars ever. And I wish more people saw it. But this show is probably not for everyone. It's a different sort of Star Wars. And, that's totally fine, I think. Not every Star Wars show I feel has to be the exact same. So, I think I'm only going to be talking about one theme today instead of talking about multiple. So one thing I want to do is these streams is talk about some stuff I want to see in the summer, not necessarily my predictions, as well. Those would likely be totally wrong, but just what I like to see. Now I'm just very general, a diverse wave of Lego Star Wars. I'd like to see stuff from the Disney Plus shows like I just talked about. I want prequel stuff, and I want original trilogy stuff I could do without. Sequel stuff I really don't care all that much to get any more Lego sets from that. You know, I collected the ones I wanted to when they were coming out, and I don't need any more. Which I think there's no reason to make more sequel sets anytime soon, just because, really, you still have some of the Episode 9 sets retiring, right? So, getting more of those just unnecessary, with those retiring relatively recently. So, summer Lego Star Wars lineup. I just want to search something up. I have my laptop here, which I think I've already mentioned, but I want to see how many sets there were from Lego Star Wars Summer Wave. Lego Star Wars Summer 2022. Not Summer Vacation. Talking about Summer Vacation. I started watching that. I couldn't finish it. I did not like it at all. It's not enjoyable. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't really care that much about it. New Star Wars sets. Thank you. This person. What we got here? Okay, yeah, Justifier. Okay, that's amazing. Inquisitor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That's not. I'm missing the AT-AT or ATT. Sorry, a few other things. I feel. Okay, let's just say around 7. I'm just gonna go with 7. So I'm gonna pick out 7 sets that I would like to see next year for Lego Star Wars. Just making sure I did this correct. Good. Cool. Okay, so like I said, a diverse lineup of sets where you get things from everything, I think is needed. I think it just makes a good wave of Lego Star Wars when you have things from multiple different shows and films. Okay. I was trying to find where the studs were to click this in. Click it in. I don't even know. What would... Okay. After I get this big base plate in, then I will start talking about what I want for Star Wars next year. Okay, this seems to be relatively good. Okay, I think I'm good. I almost completely missed that stuff. I don't... That's pretty bad. I don't know what it is about this piece, but it just doesn't seem to be sticking. Or it's clicking in as much as I would like. That seems good. Okay, yeah, that's better. Even though when I do more pieces, it's just going to pop out again. Okay, so, Lego Star Wars 2023. It is, I don't know, May, after the May sets have come out. And I guess we get rumors for those sets. What would I like those to be? So starting with the small set, usually have like a $40 set, right? Maybe a $20 set in there. $20 set. I'm going to go with a dual set. I used to have them there. Don't have them anymore. Maul, Rey versus Kylo. Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Those type of sets. We didn't get one this year. But I think next summer would be a nice one. And what I would go with would be Count Dooku versus Yaddle from Tales of the Jedi. It seems to be something in the trailer now where Yaddle seems to be facing off against Count Dooku, or Dooku. And I think that would be a cool dual set. You'd get the first minifigure version of Yaddle, as well as a younger Count Dooku. And I wouldn't mind another set. Maybe there's something else from the series that I'd prefer of this, but I think that would be a good cheap set where you'd get 2 new minifigures. An interesting build. I'm not 100% sure on the scenery of the duel. I can't necessarily put my finger on what it looks like at the moment, and I'll know more about it when the series comes out, but that is one thing that I would like to see. I think it'd be a good dual set. Okay, so let me okay, so $40 set. Either go with some sort of starfighter, right? One of those, like we have the Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from this year, one of those relatively cheaper starfighters. I would say we have one of those coming out for The Mandalorian Season 3, so I don't think one from that is necessarily needed, and if there is a cool ship like that, I would probably guess that it would come out the next summer. So, $40 set. I have 2 options here. They're both sort of clone options. Sort of like the 501st Clone Troopers. First one is a Clone Commando one, since we see them in the trailer of Bad Batch Season 2. So either, like 2 or a few Clone Commandos, 2 or 3 with whoever their leading commander is, and then some sort of build, and after that, the Clone Commandos and that build, I don't know what the build could be. Of course, they seem to be going off ships. That might be the better option, but just getting those Clone Commando minifigures, I think, would be really cool. So, a cheaper set like that, I think, would be a cool one. Or you could go with the ship. I kind of want to... I don't know if there's maybe something from Return of the Jedi you would go with, because I think if I want any original trilogy sets this year, they would be Return of the Jedi based. So, my other one, which I think this is just completely a biased selection here because I love them so much. The Wolfpack clones are my favorite design clones. They're my favorite clones in Star Wars. I love Plo Koon. I love Wolf. And I really want to see him in Lego again. So naturally, I love a $40 set where you'd get a wolf, phase 2 wolf, and a few, a couple Wolfpack clones. $40 set. You know, you can mass a decently sized Wolfpack army. Now, would I like to save that minifigure? Because it seems to me they sort of like to go from one Clone Legion, make a set for that, and then sort of end it, and that's it. That's what you get. You get one set for a Clone Legion now. 501st, 212th, those are probably a bit different because they're, you know, they're your big ones. I'd say they're your big two. You've got your 501st, you got your 212th. Those are the two big Clone Legions, I would say, because of Cody and Rex. I feel like those are the most well-known, I'd say, for Clone Legions, so those would be the most recognizable, and the two you'd think of. What have I done here? Oh no, that's right. Okay, we're good. So, I feel like if they were to make a Wolfpack set, which I really hope they do, I'd love those I'd love to see those minifigures again. I feel like it'd be one set. So would I prefer Battle Pack, or would I prefer this $40 set? I want to get Wolf, and I want to get Wolfpack. Now, I think the $40 idea works really well for this, because you know, it's just like the 501st Clone Troopers. It's going to be hard to get at the start naturally, but after that, it'll be relatively easy to get. It'll last for a couple years, and you'll be able to, if you want to get a Wolfpack army, you can do so, because it's not necessarily super high up there. It's not like the AT-TE, where if you want to get a collection or an army of these 212 clones, they're going to be quite a bit. So I think a $40 set would be the best option for me, including a Wolfpack clone. I know by the end of it you'd have a ton of wolves, but I just don't see them making multiple sets for that Clone Legion, as much as I would love it, because I like them so much. So, those are my two ideas for $40 sets. Now, the more expensive, getting up there a bit, I'd say you have like your $70 set, so the Attack on Ferrix this year. I think I'd go with something from Ahsoka. Whether that's a play set or some sort of ship with a bit of scenery, a smaller ship with some scenery. I think you have multiple options there, and I'd love to see something from Ahsoka, and I wonder if we're going to get anything by the end of the year. Of course, we're going to get sets for the show, just when, I guess, is the biggest question here. So, I think something from Ahsoka. Then, I think a display droid set like the Dio, or something a bit more obscure, whether, you know, I think you have a few options here. Something from Jedi Fallen Order might be cool. Or just a display droid set like the Dio. I think there's some cool sets that I would like to see made. Oh, it's on this side. Okay. I thought I had completely done this wrong, and I was wondering what I did wrong, and I was, oh no. Just spent an hour building this, and I thought I did something wrong, but it doesn't seem that way. Okay. Some sort of display set, sort of like the Dio that had, or, is it Dio? No, not Dio. BD1, I've got that wrong for the last couple minutes. I'd love to see some sort of display set like that. Then, a couple more expensive sets. I think some sort of expensive Return the Jedi set, like an Endor bunker, would be kind of cool. Now, maybe that's some sort of Master Builder Series set down the line, or this year. Later, the November UCS set, or the October UCS set. I think that's an option there. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Because I have two parts here. Oh, I see it. Okay. Yeah. Add two parts that for sure were not going to be extra parts. Okay. So one expensive Return the Jedi set. And then another set, more expensive set, around the ATTE price. So I think the more expensive set, like the $200 Justifier, I think would be a cool, an Endor set, something from Return of the Jedi. Same as I think the set coming out later, the UCS set, the later on UCS set next year, could also be some sort of Return of the Jedi set. And after that, the last one I want to talk about here is the like $150 set, sort of in the price range of the ATTE. A Republic gunship, of course. Got the UCS one right there. A really great set. But I think a play scale one would be really cool. So I think there's multiple ways to go about this one. This could be a set where you include Captain Rex. Whether that's some sort of Mandalore one where you get Rex and a few 332nd clones. A Wolfpack style one where you have the blue markings instead of the red, and you have that really cool Plo Koon thing on the design where you get Plo Koon, you get Wolf, maybe another named Wolfpack clone, and then 1 to 2 just normal Wolfpack clones and a couple droids in there. Hopefully some sort of build for the droids instead of just plain droids, I think would be really cool. Other options, of course, I'm thinking it seems like we're going to see the Republic gunship in the Bad Batch, so maybe that is where we could get a Republic gunship, but I think a Republic gunship play scale at the around $150 price point would be a really good Lego Star Wars set this summer. So if Rex doesn't come in some other set, I think it's a good option to include him there. Now, I'm thinking Rex will appear in the Bad Batch and the Ahsoka show, so getting him in a set from one of those two or both of those sets could maybe get a cheaper version of Rex, and then the decked out one, maybe even with arm printing like that one that is going to be in the Skywalker saga. In the Republic gunship, I think would be cool. A Wolfpack one, I think would be really cool. That would be, we've gotten, 4 normal play scale size gunships. I think getting a dark blue one with the Wolfpack clones would make me so happy now. Would I want I'm assuming one Wolfpack set to be an $150 set? Probably not. If I knew that there would be something else like a Wolfpack battle pack. So yeah, progress.